All right, we're recording. Currently, what's up right now is PRU. My favorite setup going into next week, the week after next, and the week after that. I've been basically talking about banks, financials. We played PRU, we played MET. These are insuring companies, insurers. Currently have a beautiful, beautiful setup. As you can see here, this is a weekly chart. I'm basically looking at a couple of strikes on this one. Another name that we'll be looking at would be GWW. We've played this one many times. I feel like it's ready again. Another one that we'll be playing this week would be, there's a couple of others under my list would be, we have PRU, we have GWW, ZM, we have, which is Zoom, we have UNH, we have URI reports this week. So let's get into it. Currently looking at the weekly of PRU, Prudential Financial. As you can see the trend, I actually drew this channel out, and you can see how it actually operates off this channel, how basically effective the channel is. What stands out the most to me with this one is the inverted head and shoulders. On a longer time, on this time frame, you can see it. On a shorter time frame, you can see it even more better than that. I'm going to actually show you on a daily. It's actually more constructive on the daily than it is on the weekly. Off the back, you can see it here. You have an inverted head and shoulders, and you have a cup and handle. However you want to put it, whatever tickles your fancy. Going to give you basically a good idea of how this looks. Actually, I didn't want to do that. I actually want to curve it. There we go. And that's not curving. All right. And that's not curving either. All right, I'm going to just do it by a screenshot. It's actually more easy because you guys can see the full screen. I already basically drew it out already, but you guys can see it here. So we have two things. We have a cup and handle, and we have an inverted head and shoulders. Where you see the cup and handle would basically be here. Basically, however you see fit. We'll get to the strikes and basically exactly how we're going to play this one out. We've played this many times. I like to play this only with MET because they moved exactly the same. You can see that. Breakout level is above 105. That's basically getting us back into this channel here, long term. Actually, don't need to save that. Did you guys get the idea? It's been basically in a nice weekly, monthly bull flag, as you can see. Is the monthly. And you guys know how I am about ranges. I basically use ranges to predict price movement, where the price is going to go, whether downside or upside. 14 is basically trading below the 30 SMA, which keeps me bullish. Perfect example here is, this is when the price crossed above. This is a monthly chart. So just using the monthly chart alone, you can see how price reacts when it crosses above the 14 and 30 SMA on closing. And currently it's in a channel, so we can use this channel to support direction. So here we have bounced off here, bounced off here. This is our 1430 SMA. Here's, again, we're trading 1430 SMA. Target is 120. They report end of month. So The upside would be around 120, August 120s. I was even looking at the 125 for September, or the 120s for September as well. Because the way with PRU is, PRU trades off of monthlies, not weeklies. So if you're trading PRU, you can trade MET on a weekly basis. So just remember, if MET is moving 50 cents, PRU is moving about $1 to $1.50. If MET moves $1, PRU moves about $2 to about $3. It's just how it is. It's pretty interesting. You'll get it when we trade it. You'll see exactly what I mean by that. So last month's range, we're gonna close this out. I want you guys to see. Last month's range was 9 points. Prior to that, 14. Prior to that was also about 14. And prior to that was 9. It has a small range, which is about 8 to 9 points on monthly candles. The smallest so far is this 6 points here. But when it's trade, this is actually because it's trading below the 14 and 30 SMA. So you get a lot of small ranges before the move gets above the 14 and 30 SMA, as you can see here, just as it is when it drops below the 14 and 30 SMA. So if I'm doing a prediction based off of last month's range, which was 9 points, the low of last month is already in. We're looking at 121. Upside for this month will be here, which we're going to probably see either resistance or we're going to get a similar move to this one. So I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to do a price prediction box, right? I'm not saying the move's going to be this big, but this is basically them reporting, right? So they report this month. This is the monthly range. This is the move that we're going to get, right? Let's just say upside or downside. But basically how it's trading and how we bounced off here off this channel, the target would be somewhere around 140, 130 to 140, between there by next year. If not this year, definitely possibly see 130, right? So we have that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to basically duplicate it. Then I'm going to select so I can move this box over. Just to give you an idea, since this is the bottom that's currently in right now, right? You need to do that. Move. Okay, so basically I'm predicting, I'm not even sure if they reported this month of November of 2016, but this is how it basically looks. I remember they reported over here as well sometime, I think it was end of year 2018. They had a big move down. I like to use the rectangles from TOS because it actually tells you the highs and the lows when you select above it. Actually, it's not. Okay, there it goes. It shows you the height. It shows you the level percentage, start, and then the end. That's why I like to use this, so I'll duplicate it. So this rectangle is going to tell me basically exactly where the price is going to be, right? So I'm hovering above it. The height is 57.26. So the start is, it says 36.92. 1 second, let me hover back over it. I like using this because it actually basically tells you. See, start is 109. This is weird. Yeah, 109 it says. So what is this? Low is 121. Peak out would be around 120. So this month, we're looking at PRU seeing 120. So if they're reporting, we're looking at the 120s. I'm going to actually put up the chart, not the chart, the trade. Give you guys an example. I've been messing with this a lot, and thank you, D, for basically putting me on because I've been using options profit calculator, and that is not as accurate as Thinkorswim is. This gives you Theo price and everything like that, breaks it down, gives you an idea of trading it. This was GWW, so let me put PRU. So this week I'm looking at the 100 calls and the 105 calls for this week. Besides the 105, we'll probably have to wait till Wednesday or Thursday. The reason I say this is because the max low on this one would be to wait for it at least a nickel and don't pay over 10 cents. So like I was saying, so it's August 19th. So they report this month, end of the month. So looking at the 110s, they're actually pretty cheap. Let me make sure this is PRU. Okay, this is PRU.
let me just correct this. I don't know why it's showing that much. Okay, so let's say we get a 15-point month, right? Let's make it 18 points, currently at the current price, right? So basically what I do here is you select trade, you type in PRU, which shows the underlying, the bid and the ask currently where it's at right now. So I'm going to choose Monday's date because that's when we're going to look to get in. I'm going to reset so that it shows you the current price. So when you look down here, 105s for, this is August. So August 105s are trading currently at 162 by 167. So by come Monday, the value would be around 154. The 110s are also trading around 0.40 to 44, which is 36, which by Monday would be worth around 36 cents. So if I was to size, and this would give me time, and we get that, let's say an 18-point move for ER, say we get that, right? So remember, it was trading around 36 cents, and that's for the 15th. It can even drop lower than that. So looking at August 16th, I'm going to change my calendar to that day with that plus 18-point move basically priced in. So for these calls, if this hits 120 before end of August, the 110s are now worth $10. So the 40 cents would basically convert to $10 if it hits 120 by expiry. We can even put a 15-point move, which is also work out too, which would be 117. It puts those 40 cents still at almost 10 bags, which is $7.51. But the safer play would always be the most closest to the money. It's $3 from the money, which would be the 105s. The 110s would be nice to play too. So I'm looking to play the weeklies and I'm looking to play the monthlies. I mean, they only trade monthlies with proof. So the 19s for this week, I did the calculations. I'm looking for max out 106.28. I'm going to show you guys that on the chart. I'll put up the daily because it's actually more better. I want to basically add my extensions. I love the chart. I love the setup. The breakout is basically above 102.92 or basically over 103. 103 is a very important. 103 is a very important level, especially trading this name. So we'll say it's in a bull flag, currently in a nice flag pattern. Upside above 103 will be the trigger. Targeting this channel here, which we're going to see some resistance, which is around 105.42 to 106.28. So now I'm currently adding my Fibonacci extensions. I'm using the low of March 25th, bringing it up to the high of, this would be May 1st, and dropping it down to the low of June, which would be the 3rd. And this is what my extensions put me at. So I'm going to actually remove this channel that I had here. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at all the levels that this traded basically previously, resistance. 101.22 was the previous resistance level, which was the green bar, which is the middle fib combo. Lower fib combo is the blue bar, which is 122, which 122 was the low of the month. And the month just started. So there was a double bottom here at 122. Resistance overhead is 102.23. Friday, we closed above 102.51. So my strategy for this trade is to wait. If I don't get filled the nickel or under 10 cents, I don't want to get into the trade. But if I do get into the trade, I'm going to get in smaller than I expected. I'm not going to tell you guys my size that I'm going in for this trade. And this is a weekly, which is also, it only trades monthlies, but this is a weekly for the week coming up. So as you can see, my target would be 105.49. A breakout above 106.41 will get this going to around 112, 114, 120, which upside would be 119.30. This would probably be where we'll be at when they report. So we're looking at a target around 119.30. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually create an alert for now just to have it crosses, trigger ER target. Let's just say this happens, right? I'm going to actually test this out. I'm going to take some size in the August trade. We'll let that there. I'm just going to let that sit there and let it do what it does. Because you can see here, as I'm putting in these alerts, you can see the high for 2018 was 127.14. And if this basically breaks above 106.61, which is the neckline, we're going to see a nice explosive move to 120. So I created my alert, trigger ER target. Let's say 119.30 is already it. So looking for 120 for August. ER play. I'm going to put 105 and 110 calls. Heavier size with the 105s, smaller size with the 110s. Playing two different strikes. Now we're getting back to the weekly, right? So I'm looking at the 105s. The 100s are the safest play to do. The 105s are cheap. And you guys are probably looking at it like, oh man, yes, I can buy as many contracts as I want because it's very cheap. Yes, but you can also get stuck and you can also lose all that money you're putting into it. So like I said, the best bet is to play smart and play small with this trade. So again, I'm going to put the Theo perimeters to July 15th, which is Monday. I'm going to reset it again. I'm looking for a pullback. I don't know about anybody, but I love when a weekly play opens up on a pullback as opposed to a gap up, because that gap up is going to always come back down and retest that support. So for PRU, I want it to come down to at least 102.33, 102.23. So I'm going to show you guys something. So I'm looking at 102.23. I want it to come down there. Even 102, I want it to come down there, right? So by Monday at 15, let's say at 102.51, which decay already hit for this upcoming week. So by Monday, whoever paid 14 cents, which was the mark, for the 105s, they're going to actually be cut in half, actually more than that. Bobby, they're going to drop down about 75%. So they're going to be worth 5 cents or to a nickel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the stock price adjustment to 102.33. So I'm going to basically take off, let's say 20 cents, right? Let me just take that negative. Put that to 20 cents. Let's just say it gaps down to 102. And look how the Theo changes over here. Just watch this over here. Watch this box. Watch how it changes as I adjust the price. This helps a lot too. So I'm bringing it down to, let's say, 102.23, right? So we keep bringing it down. So this is where I want it at. I want to get in at this price. Doesn't mean it's necessarily gonna happen. But I want to get in under at least 6 cents, right? Nothing too crazy. And come Monday, the 100 calls are going to be worth around $2.40, $2.50, which is good. Nice and cheap, not too bad. We're looking at that. The 110s is too risky to play for this week. You're going to actually have to buy time with those. So the whole ultimate goal is to get in at 4 cents. And I'm looking for a 5-point move, a 4 to 5 point move this week, right? So we're going to put in 4.5, right? So by the 19th, when the expiry hits, I'm not saying it's going to hit 107. So I want to actually put it at a price where 106.28, or what did we have? We had 105, if I'm correct. We had 105.49. So that's going to be the price target for this week, right? Not saying it's going to get there Thursday. Might get there Thursday, might get there Friday. So it's 105.49. So I'm going to put this to 105.49. So we're going to drop this 2 points. Oops. All right. And we're going to add, so that's that. Let's make it 350. So let's make it in between. So 105.49 and 106.28. We'll have it as 106 flat, right? So at a 4-cent value or 5 cents, we get it under 10 cents. By 106.01 for Friday, this is when it expires on Friday, it's going to be valued at $1.04. The 100 calls are going to be valued at 300% or 250% actually, right? But look at the value here is 104. It's either for the 105s. The setup this week was beautiful. The closing, how they did it above 102.23. And if I put up the weekly chart, it's actually more bullish. Let's see how it did in the past. Prior week, it closed above 120, over 102.23. Came back down and touched the 14 SMA. Double touched the 14 SMA. Now, look at these hammers. I like to call it hammers when prices, anything that has a wick, I'm going to call it a hammer. Even if it's a doji, dragonfly, whatever. We're just going to label it as a hammer right now to keep it simple. So you see this, you have this candle here. You have this candle here. See how it came back to 98.20? I can label it as a double bottom, but I can just say this is that support area where it triggered buyers to come in and they pushed it to 101.22. See, it hit 101.22 as a resistance, 98.20 as a support, but it closed above the 98.20, closed below the 100, but it closed also below, it closed at the 101.22. Now we found support at the 100, which is the blue level, which is here. And then we have another double bottom. Similar. Now this is basically controlled. Very controlled here, price action. We have a hammer here and another hammer here. Both hammers closed above 102.23. Now we're finding demand at 102.23. So they're keeping it above that. Target is 105.49 here. So what I usually do is, of course, price prediction box. Last week, that range was $2.34. Prior week to that was $2.87. So if we open at 102.23, let's say that's a bottom, right? Price opens above that and it just continues higher. We can add the exact same range of last week to that price. So we have 102.23. We're going to add the range of last week, which was 2.34. So plus 2.34, right? Is 104.57. If it opens from here and it goes in that exact same range. But my thing is, if it gets over this level here, this is a big trigger level, actually, to be honest. Price couldn't hold above this level here. Let me show you guys right now. You have a lot of resistance at 104.17. So 104.17 is going to be the trigger. Price gets over this, and if you see anything like, all right, say we're trading intraday, right? I'm actually gonna pop that up. I wanna show you guys something. This is an hourly. A lot of green candles. As long as the pullback comes back down to 102.23 before it breaks out above this flag. If you see the price start to stall around 104.17, but it starts to build a nice flag here, let's say midday Wednesday or whatever, nice candle combo too. You see a flag happening here and the price is being controlled at 104.17. That means that there's a lot of sellers there until they basically build it as a support or a demand area. Then the next target would be 105.49, which is $1 from this level here. So we're looking at those 105s for this week, the 100s for this week. But the smartest thing to do is to take the August 105s and the August 110s because the ER is end of month. I also like to put up the, show corporate actions because this also helps me. As you're going to see here, I'm going to show you guys right now. So corporate actions. Down here, you see this is where the ER is going to be at. So what I'm going to do is I like to use the vertical. And this is going to be ER here. So boom, right? So this is going to be the target for our 119. So this is where we want to see price at. So let's put it on the daily now. I'm actually going to remove these lines. Let's clean this up. Okay, my drawings, perfect. So ER is going to be end of month here. Target 119.30. So that means we have to get a trigger. I'm going to do it right now. Create an alert. 106.61. I'm going to call this neckline. And I put a neckline trigger. At this moment, we should be getting into the 110 calls for August. Or already in it, and we should be scaling out to be actually. I'm going to keep these levels here. PRU is basically very big on radar for me for this week coming up. Very big on radar for me. Max 105.49. So I'm looking at a $3.40 move or a $4 to a $5 move this week. That grade level is going to be interesting. So 105.49 by Friday. Let's go back to the trade. Let's chop this down. Let's put it at the grade level. You see it going down now? Now it's still going to be at least around 10 bags. But look at the Theo to the right. I mean to the left down here. It's at 73 cents. As I drop it down. 105.49 puts it at 61 cents. From if we got in at 5 cents, that will put us at 10 bags. I mean, I'll even take 5 bags. I'll take 200%. I'll take 1 bag. Profit is profit. Don't get your hopes up and try to size. Oh, this is going to be a great play. Last week, Ninja called, whatever. No, don't play like that. Play like I love money and I need it now. It's my money and I need it now. So you're going to take that profit and you're going to roll it out into August. So that's PRU. Now we're going to go to GWW because GWW is looking sexy too as well. Let me put GWW up here. I drew it as a bull flag. I can actually draw it and change it and put it as a pennant to change it up. I can put it as a triangle too. Depends on how you want to draw it. This is very tight. Love this chart a lot. They report in 2 weeks, actually. GWW trades weeklies. I love this. I love this name so much. We've done great with it. Look at this double bottom play. Targeting 275 to open Monday. 280s to open Wednesday. Why I'm saying 280s to open Wednesday, you can actually open, if we get a pullback, because like I told you guys, I like pullbacks. 14 SMA on the daily is 266. So let's say a no volume gap down Monday comes. I'm jumping into 270s and I'm jumping into 275 calls off the back. And remember what I tell you, I found out what really works for me, and this is why I've become profitable, is Mondays, buy and sell. Same day. Same day, because we know how these things trade. Especially if there's a gap up, Inspire, anything like that. Any gap up that happens always gets filled. So looking at GWW, same thing, same song, right? So what I'll do is I can do an extension. I'll put it from this gray bar level low to this level up here. Give you guys an idea. Pull it back. Over 271.48, and we'll get back to 278.81. So these double bars here, this gray level, these yellow bars, the double bars here, this is going to be our resistance, going to be our target. So the 275 calls and the 277.50 calls are going to be what we're going to get in for this week. You're going to have the opportunity to play all of them. Yesterday I showed D, basically using tools for the trade. I actually have it on my phone. I'm going to share it to you guys. Since DWW reports, let me put up the actions. I have them up. Okay, so they report around here. Earnings 724, right? So this is what I do. Like I showed you guys, same thing with PRU. 724 they report. There's a lot of different options to choose from with GWW. So if they're reporting 724, we're going to be trading the 720. We're going to be trading 726 calls. Enough time to get into it. I just feel like they beat it down. They pick it up and then they beat it right back down. we played the trade from here to here, back down to here, long again to here, came back down, and now we're playing it again. Back under the 14 and 30 SMA. Every time it gets back under the 14 and 30 SMA, it's an opportunity to go long. Targeting 300. So ER, we're going to hit probably 302.73 by 726. So for this trade, I'm liking July 26s. And I was looking at, let me actually put this, let me reset. Put it for 715. That shows the decay. I was looking at the 292.50 calls and the 297.50 calls between there. So these are actually pretty cheap. I like the 297.50s as well. Pretty cheap, right? So watch this area. And I'm going to show you guys. I'm probably going to share this also to the team. Watch these. These are what they're currently valued at come opening Monday, right? Let's put it all into 302.50s. So these are 302.50s here. So boom. And mark is here, this would be Friday's closing, right? So that's Friday's closing. Mark. Now watch as it changes. So we're looking at 726. Come Monday, I want to get in on a pullback. Let's say the price is 266. I want this to drop down. So I'm going to do minus $2 on no volume. Wow, it says minus 20. Minus $2 on no volume is 267.20. So come Monday, if the value for the 292.50s drop under $1, I am going to take size into the 292.50s for ER, for GWW. This way we can play the run-up. Just in case the ER goes against us, we already have that run-up play to where we take enough profit, and then we can basically have size into ER. So let's say we get up 100 or 200% near ER. They got the price around 290 or 289 or 285 by ER within the next 2 weeks, because we can get a 15-point move this week or a 15-point move the following week, because that's basically how GWW moves. You guys seen it move 6 points in one day on a Monday, and then on a Friday reverse, or on a Monday plus 6 points, Tuesday gives that right back and plays a short side. So let's say come Monday opens up at 267.20. Here's a daily chart or weekly chart. I like to use my weekly charts. I like to see where price is at, where it closed at this week. So here's a weekly chart. Closed here. If it opens, we're looking for, and how it does with hammers is every time it hammers, it either goes inside the hammer, or if the hammer is actually solid, similar to this one right here, it actually pulled back just a little bit behind. So let's say this closed at 284.50, right? The next following week, the low was 281. So if it closed at 284, it had a $3 pullback there. So I'm going to say we're looking for a $2 pullback here, which will be 267 to open, right? So that's why this is just me. This is how I calculate things. So I'm using that. So I did -2 on a no volume on Monday pullback, because it usually does that. And then we'll get in at $1. Let's say we got in at $1. So boom. So ER comes, right? Now reset. So ER is 724, which would be a Wednesday. So next week, not next week, but the following week, Wednesday, they report the 24th. And we expire the 26th, right? So we're looking for a move for ER to around, and this is a weekly, so this week we'll probably look at 280 closing, maybe more. The range for last week was 14 points, like I told you guys, right? I'm not saying it's going to be exact same range. It can be a bigger range for this week coming up. But I'm going to use a pullback to 267.46. And I'm going to use max high for the week would be 14 SMA or 284. Let's just say this is the range, right? So I'm going to fix this up. Oops. Move it over here. So this is going to be our candle for next week, right? It's going to open up here. This range, if I go over this box, is hovering in the same rectangle. Start 284.40, end is 267. Usually tells me the point range. So 284 from 267. That puts us about, Let's do 284.44 minus 267.40. So a 17-point move. Not saying that's going to happen. Definitely not saying that's going to happen. But we're definitely going to get inside of the 14 and 30 SMA, which is what we want before ER actually happens. So we'll get here for this week, trading the 280s to open. If we get that pullback, I'm probably going in the 280s off the back. So 284, and then by ER, we'll get a move to 302.73. So I'm looking at, so we have these. We're looking for that 17 points plus another 17 points puts us at 284 plus another 16 points on top of that. So let's say around a 35-point move by ER, totaling from Monday's low when Monday comes, right? So we're going to say 35-point move. Well, let's drop that down, actually. Actually, let's reset. Let me -2. I want the price to come down, so it'll be 269.67 plus 35. So I'll do plus, so it's -2. I'm going to do a 33-point move. That works out. So 302.20. So look at the Theo over here. Now that all changed. So this is plus 30. If I do a reset right now, this is by the 26. So current price, let's say the 292 and 297s, these are exactly how much they're worth. I would take the 297.50s because I like those the best. And this is by expiry. So if they report Wednesday, Thursday will probably be the bigger move. So I'll bring it to the 25th. Because I don't know if they report after hours or during market hours. So the 292.50s from 165 mark to 1024. The 295s, what were the pricing on those? Let's reset this again. Sorry. I need to see what's the current prices. So we have a pullback, we said -2 come Monday. I said we want to get the 292.50s under $1. If we can get these under $1 or even under $1.10, under 110, it's going to be perfect. So they're worth 92 cents. The 295s are worth $1. So if we can get the 292.50s and 295s, and then come the 26, we get a 33-point move from the low of this week coming up. So we get it under the $1. We get 800 to 900% max on the 292.50s if it hits a 302.20 by Friday of the 26th of our expiry. Or we can get the 295s, which we got to add $1. Those are 600% on those. See, the smarter play would be to take the 292.50s, ride those out. The best play to do. That would actually be the best play to do. And I like those because it's more safer and we have more time. And then playing weeklies this week. I'm also playing weeklies this week. I have to play weeklies this week because I love playing GWW. So watch the Theo for this week. I was telling you guys 280s, right? This is July 19th for this week. Wait, these are expensive. Oh, okay, no, this is right. This is perfect. Okay. Now pay attention, right? So bring us back to the 15th. Whoa, this move has not actually happened. That would be awesome for a move like that. So reset, right? Okay, so let's bring this up a little bit because I want it to be at 270 and max. 280s will be like 40 cents, but they're not going to be worth that by come Monday. And we still want that $2 pullback, right? So I'm going to put -2 on it just to have that clear, 267. So the 270s are going to be worth 155 with a $2 pullback Monday. The 272.50s are going to be worth 78 cents. The 275 is going to be 39 cents. So what I'm going to do is, I can't take a screenshot. So I'm going to do is I'm going to write these numbers down here. So we have 155. Let me change the color so you can see it. Make it bold and change the color. Perfect. We have 155. We have let's just pay, I'm going to round them, 0.80, 0.40, and 0.20. Let's just say we have that, and the 280s are going to be worth 5 cents. We're gonna round that actually to and make it 7 cents or 0.08, right? All right, these numbers are reflecting to our Theo prices down here. I want them to actually be smaller. Let me see if I can make this smaller. Should be able to. Bring it down to 14. Oh. All right. And let's bring that down to see if I can put that at 14. Okay, perfect. All right. Oh, I don't want it in blue, so I'll put it in white. Okay, so put these numbers next to these. So this is what it is, right? So max out is 280 to 284 for this week, right? So that's what we're looking for. So come Monday, they're going to be worth 155. The smartest thing to do is play the 270s right next to the money, or pay the 267.50s also if we get that pullback. They will actually also be worth $2.60. Okay, so we're going to add from the low, let's say we get a 10-point max out, 15-point move this week. Coming off of a hammer, you won't get that much of a big extension unless it's an ER week. So the range is going to be different. So I'm looking at 284 is a max out, but 280 is the target. A 13 to 16-point move max. So I'm going to do 14-point move. Right? So that's 283.20. Okay, now, if you look at the Theo now compared to the 155, so what I'm going to do is, let me move these over. 1 second. All right, so this is how it looks. So this is what I was basically posting on Twitter. And I was telling you guys that what makes more sense, playing this strike, or this strike, all at the same expiry. They all are going to make you profit no matter which one you pick, but one's going to actually have more of an impact than the other two. So here, the 280s, if they hit by, oh wait, I have to change the thing now. I didn't change it yet. So that's not actually correct. Okay, here's the 19. Now these numbers are going to change because I'm actually going to put it for the day of the expiry, which is this week. Okay. So that's how it's going to be for the 19th. So come Friday, the 283.20s are going to be, oh, sorry, not 283.20. If the price Friday is at 283.20, even if it even gets there by Thursday, the 270s that were once 155 are going to be worth $13.20. So in your head, you're like, okay, that's the smartest thing to do. That's the smartest play to play. Next one is you have the 80 cents, which are the 270, 250s. They're going to be worth 80 cents. Come Monday, if we had that pullback. And come Friday, they're going to be worth $10.70. That's already over 10 bags. So the 270s are going to be worth at least 8 bags. The 250s are going to be worth 10 bags. The 275s are going to be worth 2,000% or 20 bags. The 277.50s, and this is if the price hits this. If we can get in at these prices, I mean, you can bid if you want and wait and just see how price is, but how GWW is, it moves fast in the first 10 minutes on no volume. So that's the thing that's going to be the hardest part. That's why I like to hit market orders sometimes, or I'll probably do like a small order at like one contract at the ask, and they'll probably fill me below that or mid. So I'm not saying this is actually going to be this way, but this is just giving you an idea, playing with this selection of Thinkorswim, if you have Thinkorswim. This is why, again, I like GWW. This is basically how I started my other challenge, the 5K runner, because I use GWW. GWW is ready. Again, we're ready. Weather plays into it for me, so I like playing plays like GWW, a nice good play. We're going to play PRU. These are going to be core plays. URI, also another one. We have the 150s. I like this one. Looking for the red bar, which is about 151. Have the ER this week. This is the weekly. Big ranges this has is a 14-point range. Last week that we just had was a 7-point range, so that's half that range. So a 14-point move this week puts us definitely over 150. Any pullbacks, we got to keep those in mind, and then you calculate it on top of the pullback. So whatever the pullback is, come opening Monday, they could beat it down, or they can just keep pressing it into the ER. Oops, let's clear this again. And I have a trigger for here. If it crosses above that, I feel like they're going to beat. Last ER, they didn't beat. This 4-hour candle combo is disgusting. Disgusting. Look at this. Nice cup and handle. Bounced off of that 130 and then ripped. 150, why not by Friday? See how ER does. But you need to get over this level here at 142.69. I mean, the way they're priced, let's say we use the trade thing. Using URI, July 19th. 145s are priced nicely. Let's reset. 715. Looking at the 145, they'll be worth $1. Below $1 come Monday at the same exact price they open at, depending on if we gap up. So that's something you got to keep in mind. If we gap up, they're going to pull it back down. We'll probably be able to get it at $1. Now, if we get that 14-point move off of any pullback, calculating that by the 19th, ER happens, 150 hits. For the 145s, they're going to be worth $5.55 for the 145, which is not too bad. But I'm going to reset it again for the 15th because I want to see exactly how much were they. Put it out here for the 15th. The 140s would be $2.11. The 145s would be 80 cents. Still not too bad. The 150s would be 27 cents. And if it does hit that one, and it does, let's say it gets a 14-point move, I'm gonna give it a 16-point move. Let's just say this happens. A 16-point move happens. Those 150s are gonna be freaking worth $5. Nope, actually, sorry. By the 19th, they're gonna be worth $3.14. So these will actually be best to play as a lotto than anything else, even though we're already in these. And we got in them at $1, so they'll probably be 200%. But if you double down, then that changes. But we're not sure which way it's gonna go. So it's basically an ER lotto to play for this week. But I do like this. I like the target is 150 still. The smartest play would be to play the 140s and the 150s. No, the 140s, the 145s, and the 150s. That's URI. UNH also reports this week, I think Thursday as well, as PRU URI does. This thing is a monster. They were not playing. Ascending triangle breakout. We basically charted this for the past 3 weeks. Target 287.46. Probably see a gap there. So if I'm going to do a trade, using this again for that, for UNH. Reset. Come open Monday. Trading at 265. 10 to 15-point move puts it at 280. So looking at the 280, they'll be worth 13 cents come Monday. At the current price it is at now. I like these actually. So this is giving you a lot. This is how I basically calculate my trade ideas and how I go about them. Picking the right strike, what makes the most sense. I mean, 290 max out. Probably get these for a penny. That would be awesome if you get these for a penny. I'll try the 290s at a penny if we can get those at a penny. Right? So these are basically the current prices. I'm going to actually write it up right now. So 152. So I can put it next to each other. Let's just put it at 150. Actually, let's put it at 160. I like to go above the number just in case. 0.50. Rounded. 0.15. And let's just put it at 0.05. Let's go that far. Now let's move this next to here. Bingo. Perfect. Now we go back to our chart. Target 287.46, right? And I was looking at the, I'm not sure if it was the 290s or what it was, but I don't actually have an extension in play for that right now. So let me actually put extension on. This is the daily. Let me see how the weekly looks. I can actually get rid of this ascending triangle. Jesus Christmas. Look at that. Woo! Woo, woo, woo. 287.46. They're coming for this week. 272.30. Depending on what they're going to do. This is going to be pretty interesting here. There's going to be more ascending triangles happening. Let me activate this. extend it, right? Then I'll bring this, activate that trend line, bring it up higher because this is going to be basically a resistance level. Another one, so another ascending triangle. Max is 287.46, which basically brings all-time highs. This is going to be a tricky one, a tricky ER play. Best to play it if it's beaten down. So keep your eyes on it. So what was it? 287 was target. 287.46 max, right? So we're going to do 287.46. So that's going to put for this week a 22-point move. 287.90 max out by the 19th. If I'm correct, they definitely should report this week. So at that, the 285s are going to be worth $3.45. But again, you can go by this, but that does not mean, oh, I'm going to buy $5,000 worth of the 285s once they become 5 cents. And then ER hits and the price is back at 270 and they're worthless. You know, so just play it smart. The smartest thing to do would be to trade the 270s. You get the 270s at 160 come Monday would be very, very good. Because no matter what, you still make 10 bags at $17.90 with the price at $287.90. But I need to drop this price down a little bit. I'm going to put it, I like to be realistic. That's my target, but I want to drop it down to $18. That puts it at $283.90. So now, the 283.90s come Friday, interesting. They're still going to be worth that much. $1.10. 285s, 719s. Interesting. This is by the 19th. The 280s would be 15 cents, which I would actually stalk the 280s more than anything. Looking at chart, 272.30 definitely is going to be easy to get over that. But after that big move last week, I don't know if the price has been priced in. Are they going to bring it back down to 257.14 and then rip it back to 272.30? Just a lot of questions you got to ask yourself how this whole thing will play out. Still, again, I still like to play the what is this? This is the 270s are the smartest. The 275s are very smart too. The 280s is an amazing upside, but the question is it going to get there? Is it going to get to 283? Are we going to get that 18-point move for this week? Last week's move, the range was 22 points. Prior to that, off this homing pigeon setup here, which I love these candles. I like when it's a hammer red candle, then a hammer green candle inside that red candle. It's always explosive, either on the upside or the downside. I want to show you guys something. And I don't know if you guys can see it by looking at this right now, and I'm going to actually keep it recorded. I'm going to stop recording very soon after I show you this. But look at this. This is why I'm big on ranges and price prediction boxes. I'm going to show you a couple of things on this chart right now. You see this setup? This is bullish. Similar to a double bottom. It actually came off of the 30 SMA. Bounced off of that. And then look at the next week. Big move. I'm going to show you another one. That same exact pattern happened here. If we saw this same exact pattern, playing lottos that exact following week, which we did. We played lottos, and they paid very nicely. Did us very well. And look what happened. Following week, similar. Boom. Boom. Very explosive. And price gets very explosive. Same here. This is similar. It looks exactly like these other patterns here. But it basically similar to the double bottom off at 238.40. And then a big explosive moves. You got to look at these patterns. You got to look at these setups. This is a weekly chart. You got to look at it. That's why you go to bigger time frames. It gives you an idea. Now, to see a follow through, here we go. So you see this little pattern here. Let me see. Where's my arrow? Boom. This pattern here, right? And then look here. This is ER. This is an ER move. Pattern here. Look at this. Look at this. This is going to be an ER move here. This candle for this week coming up. Are they going to bring us down to 257.14? That would be amazing. I'll move to 257. I'm actually going to check that out right now. But let me actually cancel, stop recording.